Hi, this is Shankar, and today, in my series of my experiences in astrology, let's talk about Saturn. Saturn in first house. My own experience has been that Saturn in first house is not good. It either gives results which are positive three times, or with good results which are negative three times. So Saturn in the first house is it is not really good. It's Saturn in the first house will create problems with your own health, administration, with your with matters of property, uh, and and you know matters which are representing Sun, Moon, and Mars. These are the three planets which do not go well with Saturn. And if you have Sun, Moon, and Mars, which I have seen in any of the Kendras as per the Brigunari system, that is, if you have Sun in the fourth and Saturn in the first house, it create problems for domestic peace, for property. If you have Moon and Mars either in the fourth or tenth, seventh or tenth, it will create problems in your marital life. It creates problems in your profession. I mean, any of the planets which are not fairly disposed to Saturn or are the enemies of Saturn are inimical to Saturn. उनको दुश्मन है शनि के सूर्य चंद्र और मंगल and I would also put Rahu also. But Surya, Chandra, Mangal, if they are together, I mean Rahu is behaves in a very temporary in a very temperamental way with Saturn. So I would focus on Sun, Moon, and Mars, especially when they are at 4, 7, 10. It will create a lot of negative impediments and won't do things good. Only exception would be when Saturn has Mercury opposite to it, and that too alone. When Saturn has Mercury opposite to it, that too alone, it may give you a lot of happiness. It may give you wealth. It would give you wealth. It would give you even children who do well. It may give you male children who do well in life. The boy the in the Indian system, he's the in business. He carries the business with the father, or takes it ahead. So the male child would do good. So that is one exception I've seen. Saturn, which is across both. For Saturn to behave properly is also very important. Then Moon is good. If Saturn is there in the first house, and if Moon is placed well, it tends to give good results. Saturn, when has Mangal in the Mars, the eighth house, it's very bad. It will create health issues after 28, and that will go on for another 28 years. I mean, your health is like will be up and down, and it would create problems if you have Saturn in the first house or Mars in the eighth house. Saturn with Jupiter has a unique relationship, which we would talk more when I come to explain about Saturn in the second house. That is where Jupiter starts playing a very important role with Saturn. So for here, I would like to just say that Saturn in first house is not good. Saturn in first house, when it is combined with Sun, it will create problems with the government. When it is in fifth or ninth from Saturn, it will create problems with your fortune. When it is in the 10th, it is very bad. It will create problems for your profession. Saturn with Sun also creates negativity for your father. So Saturn with Sun, spoils a lot of things. Especially, it spoils the good effects of Mars. And when Mars gets spoiled, it's the commander in chief. It doesn't let things execute. It doesn't let things happen in your life, and that becomes an issue which I've seen. So Saturn in first, and Saturn having even Rahu in the eighth, or even Mercury in the eighth house. I mean, Saturn first and eighth are never good, as I've explained in Nadi system. So whenever you have even these planets in the eighth house, it does create a lot of issues, and therefore Saturn in the first house has to be analyzed in a very very subtle way, where you see the power of moon, you have to see the power of sun, and you have to see the power of Mars, and there should be no clash between Saturn, Sun, and Mars. These planets, even in Kendras, would not give good results, and even when they're respected with the fifth, ninth, and seventh position, will not give good results. While the planets, which like Venus and Buddha, Mercury, would help Saturn and make it very good. But the most important thing is Moon has to be strong in your horoscope when Saturn is the first house. This is the mantra which I'm telling you. Saturn in first house, you should have a strong Moon placed somewhere. It should not be in Kendra. Sun, Moon, and Mars should not be in a Kendra. Rahu is different. It may give you wealth, it may give you prosperity. The present system, it's good. So, but these three planets would spoil the impact of Saturn, and Saturn in conjunction with Sun or Sun in the eighth house also is not good. Both Mercury, as I told you, even the seventh house opposite to Saturn would give good results. But generally, Saturn in first house is not a preferred place. I'm talking just about the house. Saturn in the first house is not. Saturn direct in the first house is not a preferred place to have. It will give you a lot of hardships, a lot of difficulties and issues from all sides till the age of 36. Moon strong gives you good results. Both the Shukra helping will also modify the results. But you have to have a strong Moon, a strong Mars, and a strong Sun, and there should be no conflict between Saturn, Sun, Moon, and Mars. When I say conflict, is Sun, Moon, and Mars should not be in fourth, seventh, and tenth. Yes, if Sun, Moon, and Mars have Jupiter along with them in conjunction, it modifies the results for the better. It makes it better. So Jupiter with these planets modifies the results. Rahu from eighth from Saturn is never good. All the planets in first and having planets in eighth in Saturn creates negativity with regard to health. Like I told you, if Saturn is in first house and Mars is in eighth house, after 28 years, your health would become bad. Saturn in the first house, Rahu in the eighth house would give you different type of results. It may make you give you money, it may give you money from various sources, some inheritance, but it will not be good as far as you have an inclination to drink. You'll have an inclination to do the wrong things in life, take wrong decisions. Try to find out things which may not. You may work for something, some discovery which may not just happen. But again, I say Moon strong would help Saturn in the first house for sure. And again, to repeat, in the other Kendras, should not have Moon, Mars, and should not have Moon and Mars there. Moon, Sun, and Mars there alone. Jupiter modifies the results. Moon, Mars, and Rahu are even in Kendras in the with Jupiter, because you can't take astrology as like the it's very important to see the planets in the Kendras. It's like you close your fist. That is 1 4 7 10. So 4 7, especially in the case of Saturn in first house, it is very very important. So with this, I end my this video on Saturn in the first house. Not a good thing to happen, but when good, it can give you multifold results. It gives you three times positive results and gives you three times negative results. I've also told you when it will be good, but yeah, you need to be careful. Saturn having Rahu in the 12th house is also not very good. So, 6th, 8th, and 12th, even the friends of Rahu, sorry, friends of Saturn, will not help it. Moon should be good. Again, I repeat, Kendras should not have Sun, Moon, and Mars alone. Jupiter with them does will modify and make the results better. Thanks and bye for now. Saturn would always, would start giving its better results only after the age of 36. That is, the negative results of Saturn will start tapering off after the age of 36. This is my take of Saturn in the first house, and in my studies, which is random, which is because of the love of astrology I do it. And I also tell people that who have some experiences in terms of the the combinations, the what they've seen, what they have understood, what they have got from their डायनेस्टी जो लोगों को पीछे से मिला है, पता है या अपने तक सीक्रेट रख रहे हैं, please share it with me. I'll try to share it in my books in a very subtle way. I can put your name also there. So Saturn, that is important, and please send it on my email ID, connecting stars, CONNECTINGSTARS at gmail.com, connecting stars at gmail.com. Thanks and bye for now. See you tomorrow. Bye.